Hello there, kia ora. Welcome to January 1st. Happy New Year's. This is the day a lot of people sort of start their journey on resolutions that they'd like to achieve throughout the year, goals that they want to head towards, and that's not a bad thing at all. But I kind of figure our politicians have been a little bit busy to set up their own resolutions this year. After all, there was that really long election period in the 41 days it took to come to a coalition agreement, and then the last 4 weeks has been literally ramming everything through Parliament under urgency without anything as simple as a regulatory impact statement. They must have no time at all to do matching photos and matching pajamas. It's a tragedy. So I decided that I would start off the year being the civic minded individual that I am with some New Year's resolutions for each of our MPs. But then I realized we have 123 of them, so I'm only going to do a few of our MPs because I don't have that long and neither do you. So let's start at the top, the one calling all the shots. Winston needs to retire. That should be his resolution. Live a life of quiet dignity where he never, ever has to talk to the media again, and therefore never ever show us just how dottery and susceptible to conspiracy theory bullshit he's actually become. For somebody like David Seymour, his resolution should be to finally get laid when he goes to visit Christopher Luxon in his Hawaiian holiday home. After all, those colours that they put in lays these days would do beautiful things to draw out his eyes. Chris Bishop should be standing around doing an hour worth of reading, writing, and comprehension a day as his resolution, because he needs to learn what the terms regressive and unsuccessful actually mean. For Nicola Willis, her goal is really simple: to find any kind of hole or cliff or slight bump in the road that might knock her off her scooter that proves that every expert, every economist who told her that the Labour government was actually looking after the economy in a really decent way was wrong. Good luck with that. For somebody like Dr. Shane Reti, he's decided to give up smoking for good. Instead, he's encouraging smoking for evil and tax cuts for landlords. For Simeon Brown, his resolution should be to focus on the important things, like just how dangerous bilingual signs are and how many lives will be lost to that, and not to things like excessive speed and potholes. Those aren't important at all. For Shane Jones, his resolution should be singing lessons, because I guess playing second fiddle to Winston Peters is exhausting after a while. For Brooke Van Velden, it should be to learn why we have experts in different fields who keep offering her pesky advice that she chooses to ignore even though she knows it's going to hurt people. For Chris Hipkins, it should be to learn about capital gains tax and the economic benefits of a legalised and regulated marijuana industry for this country. For Marama Davidson and James Shaw, it should be to teach Chris Hipkins about capital gains tax and the benefits of a legalised and regulated marijuana industry in this country. For Rawiri Waititi and Debs Nare Wapaka, I think their goal this year should be to finally teach David Seymour and Christopher Luxon not only how to pronounce Te Tiriti, but also what the difference is between Te Tiriti and the treaty, because quite clearly those two right-wing politicians have no idea, or they do, which makes them even worse. And then finally, for Christopher Luxon, I think his New Year's resolution should be to stand up more often to his coalition partners. Really put them in their place when they do something that upsets him or makes him angry or goes against what he's just said or the coalition deal he signed with them. After all, he's the Prime Minister. He's not some CEO of an airline anymore. He needs to stand up more often. Be a bit more assertive with your coalition partners. Whatever your goal is, though, for 2024, I hope you manage to achieve it and that you have a fantastic new year and that you all recovered from last night.